Paddy versus Denis Frimpong. Now, these two guys don't fight in the same organization. They don't fight in the same level. But for whatever reason, they had a back and forth going on. And they decided to meet up. You got to respect that. Especially in today's world where a lot of people just really call bluff when they try to act like tough guys but don't really follow through, right? They don't show up for the fade. They don't show up when they challenge someone or when someone challenges them. Cowardice, but not these guys. They handled their business. Obviously, this is just an intro to sort of go into the analysis of this whole entire fight or matchup. Because keep in mind, here's something you got to understand. What you saw was a fight. The only difference is that they had to wear shin pads and a certain size glove in order to sanction it as sparring rather than just a street brawl, because ultimately you could get arrested. But at the end of it, Paddy didn't decide to let go. And that's what we're going to talk about, the difference between a sport and actual fighting. Because unfortunately, in real fighting, you're not going to have a referee to stop. You're not going to have a referee to mitigate or to be the neutral force of authority in order to get that person off of you. Because ultimately, let's go back to Daniel Penny in New York, the Marine, in the subway. What happened? Now, I'm not trying to give my political take on that particular matter. I'm trying to use that incident as an example. That is what happens in real life situations outside of the gym, outside of competition, and those are the consequences that we have to understand. Now look, here's another thing that a lot of people have to understand. When it comes to situations like that, people actually take real life insults to the grave, okay? In other words, they will either stand on it, ride on it, die for it, or defend their honor in such. And we're talking about honor culture. Now look, you got Paddy, who talked about his kid, and I don't know to what context, but then you got this guy, Denis Frimpong, who was a contender series, sort of like an Ultimate Fighter, but for the Octagon Promotions version, okay? He was sort of the a-hole in the whole entire room, sort of like a Chris Lieben type, sort of like, for the hardcores out there, Junie Browning. And only the real hardcores understand who I'm talking about when I mention this guy, but that's who Denis Frimpong is. And fascinatingly enough, he's a black Irishman, so it's kind of interesting, right? I don't see too many of those, but he's an interesting character. And when I watched the fight, I noticed that he had a very Conor McGregor style to his approach, to his striking, okay? And let's get a little bit more into the analysis to the fight. The actual fight between Denis and Paddy, okay? Like and subscribe. I'm going to get to it now. There were a lot of low kicks from the very beginning. Obviously, Paddy was trying to make a point, saying that, hey, you know what? You're a striker. You're a journeyman striker in MMA. I'm going to prove to you that I'm a better striker because I am at the top level. Paddy did exactly that. There were a few chances where Denis could have clipped him. Now, why didn't he clip him? Because, hey, he can fight like McGregor, but he can't actually do it like him, right? Because it's just, I don't know, like he missed, right? As soon as he came in, he tried to hit him with that counter hook from the unorthodox position. And so he missed. After he had missed, Paddy stepped in, started hitting him with different shots. There was one point where I believe Paddy was able to hit him with a body shot, a body kick, right in the body, and then transitioned it into taking him down. After he took him down, that's where Paddy started working, and that's eventually where Paddy got his back, and eventually Paddy choked him out. And you're going to see all of this in the footage, if you have not seen the footage already. So Paddy did not let go. And when Paddy decided not to let go, guess what happened? Everybody in the corner came out, started breaking it up. And obviously that is the neutral force or what have you, or at least people that are within the best interest for Denis. Oh, and here's another thing that I thought was really weird about that video, okay? During the time that Paddy took him down, people were complaining, booing. And I'm like thinking, why do you boo at takedowns? This is MMA. This is what you do in MMA. So I thought that was weird to do that at an MMA gym. Out of all places, you do that at an MMA gym and you're booing takedowns and transitions and ground control. Very strange. But on the other hand, Paddy didn't let go. The police came. After the police came, Paddy was screaming, and that's all there was to it. He got arrested because somebody decided to go and press charges on it. And weirdly enough, it was Denis that said to Paddy, hey, you're a snitch. But it's not to say that Denis snitched in any kind of way. This is not me trying to put stain in his name in any kind of way. He handled business. He lost. Obviously, this is what you get when you face a high-level mixed martial artist against Paddy, and you're a journeyman striker in Denis Frimpong. But on any regard, that is all that I have for this particular topic. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you guys in the next content. Stay tuned. Inshallah.